Imagine waking up tomorrow to discover that the price of fuel has doubled, food prices are rising, transportation costs are skyrocketing, and economies across the world are trembling. This isn't just a possibility, it's a growing concern today. As tensions rise in the Middle East, one of the world's most critical oil-producing regions, global oil supply routes are under pressure. Governments are releasing emergency reserves, economists are issuing warnings, and the world is watching closely. But how can conflict thousands of miles away affect the price of fuel in your local city? Let's break it down. The global dependence on oil is the lifeblood of the modern economy. From powering cars and airplanes to transporting food and goods across continents, nearly every industry depends on it. Major oil-producing countries, many located in the Middle East, supply a huge portion of the world's energy. Organizations like Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, often called OPEC, play a major role in regulating production levels and influencing global oil prices. But when conflict threatens oil fields, pipelines, or shipping routes, the supply chain becomes unstable and markets react almost instantly. The strategic choke points. One of the most sensitive areas in global oil transport is the Strait of Hormuz. Nearly a fifth of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow waterway every single day. If tensions or military activity disrupt this route, even briefly, oil shipments slow down, traders panic, prices surge, and when oil prices rise, the effects ripple across the entire global economy. Emergency reserves and government action. To prevent sudden shortages, many countries maintain emergency oil stockpiles. These reserves are coordinated through the International Energy Agency, which helps countries release oil into the market during supply crises. When governments tap these reserves, it's meant to calm markets and stabilize prices. But this is only a temporary solution. If conflicts continue or expand, reserves could run low, leaving economies exposed to prolonged price shocks. The inflation effect. When oil becomes expensive, everything else becomes expensive too. Transportation costs rise. Factories pay more for energy. Farmers pay more for fuel and fertilizer. Supermarkets pay more to ship food. The result? Higher prices for everyday goods. Economists warn that a prolonged oil shock could trigger global inflation, making life more expensive for millions of people around the world. The bigger question. This crisis raises an important global question. How long can the world depend so heavily on oil from politically sensitive regions? Many countries are now accelerating investments in renewable energy, electric vehicles, and alternative power sources in hopes of reducing this vulnerability. But the transition takes time. For now, the world remains deeply tied to oil, and when supply is threatened, the entire planet feels the impact. The global oil market is more than just numbers on a trading screen. It affects the price of the fuel in your car, the food on your table, and the stability of economies worldwide. And as tensions continue to shape the future of energy, one thing is certain. What happens in key oil regions doesn't stay there. It echoes across the entire world. If you want more documentaries explaining the global events shaping our future, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story.